Yeah, so obviously we all like individuals, so we all
Right.
have like our opinion. But this guy right here, he owns the title for the most disclaimers on the channel.
Yes.
Because his opinions are a bit, I don't know.
Risky.
Yes.
We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event? Run that thing, are you mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer.
Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
I've got cyber nerds here with me today. We're going to talk a little bit about their YouTube journey, how they got started, what inspires them, and so on. So let's start off by you guys introducing yourselves and what your channel is about.
We are live. Sorry, I have to say that before we start talking on any kind of thing. So, my name's Joe. I'm 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
I'm Sam, Mr. Blitz Tech.
And I'm Raven your GS.
All right, so basically our channel is about, you know, things that you love. And for us, that's like movies, games, and comic books, innit? So, like, we talk about a whole bunch of, like, nerdy kind of stuff, like the new Captain America movie, Avengers, and stuff like that, and other stuff.
Yeah, so we talk about games. We love games around here. Excuse me, this war's not doing enough. Yeah, and what, Star Wars, Raven? Talk about Star Wars as well, don't we?
You alright then, mate?
No, not really.
Man's joking already. Yeah, so besides the gaming, movies, and comics, we're also big Star Wars fans as well.
Right.
That's mainly me and Joe. The rule of two. Yeah. So Sam over here is like more like an android amongst us. So that's it.
Amazing. So how did you start out on YouTube? What was the reason that you guys started filming videos in the first place?
I mean, do you know what? It's such a weird beginning, like, so in, like, 2013, we had this, like, secret Facebook group, yeah? Because whenever I went somewhere, or we went somewhere and was like, yo, I'm a nerd, they was like, oh, bro, you're, like, 6'6". No, you're not. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we had this secret Facebook group, and then in this secret Facebook group, we would just talk about all of this kind of stuff, like, yo, Wonder Woman would definitely beat Superman in a fight and all of this kind of stuff. And then it kind of was just like, it got so big in the Facebook group, we was like, we need to take this out of the basement. We need to, like, share our love and our community with more people than just the people in this group. So then we was like, let's just make a video and put it on YouTube. So we done that, and, you know, we found a whole new community of people that were kind of, like, accepting of, like, who he was, and also were passionate about the same thing. So that's kind of how we started.
That's incredible. So what exactly was your first video then? You guys remember? You said back in 2013 you opened the Facebook group?
Yes. Okay, so the first YouTube video was in, like, 2016?
Something like that,
2016.
something like
It was in
that.
2016 was the first video. And what was the first video, Sam?
I think it was like a podcast type video. It was like
blurg?
4 of us. Yeah.
Blurg?
Like a
Yeah.
blurg,
Blurg,
yeah.
yeah.
It was like a Skype call with 4 people. There used to be 6 cyber nerds, and now and then in that video there was 4, and now there's 3. I don't know. We had some troubles, you know.
Yes.
Breakups are tough.
For sure. So then, since your first video, how has your channel developed since then?
Oh man.
So you said it started off like a Skype video. Now what type of videos do you put out there, and how?
Oh, we've been through so many changes. It's crazy. I think it got to one point every 6 months we was changing our strategy, the kind of content we want to put out, and it was just like a lot of trials and error, so to speak. We also came into an era where there were some changes for YouTube as well, so we was trying to learn like
Adapt.
what's going on. Like it's like we almost got caught up in a storm, so we were trying to like understand what's going on and how to be out there, because our whole thing, it wasn't just us three talking amongst ourselves. It was all about our community as well. We wanted to bring out the whole UK community that we felt wasn't really much represented in the world when it came to like the nerdy stuff. So yeah.
I want to jump on the back of that. So, like, some of the videos we went for, like, the ethos of, like, we didn't want it to be something that kind of alienated people. So we was like, all right, we'll put the camera here, we'll put a sofa here, and we'll have 3 of us sit on it and just talk. Because that's how we always did it, like, forever since we was kids. And we just presume that's how other people talk to their friends about movies and stuff like that. Just so when you come in, you kind of get like this really homely vibe of like three friends arguing on a sofa. So it's just like that. We do some other stuff as well, but like, I feel like that's my favorite stuff, when you just get to sit on a sofa and argue. And then someone's like, "Shut up, Joe, you're wrong." And I'm like, "Oh, that's fine, that's cool."
So then what do you hope people get when they watch your videos?
Just more of a, like you said, a homely vibe. So
Yeah.
they hear us talking about the conversation and they just chime in. So if someone's like saying, "Oh yeah, Captain America, Winter Soldier is the best movie of Marvel," someone will be like, "Yes, it is." Someone will be like, "No, it's not." And we just go into the comments section as well, and we just talk there too. So
Yeah, definitely. It's just about everyone coming in and having their say. Like we make the videos. It's the three of us in the videos, but it's really about everyone in the comment section, everyone who also is passionate about what we're talking about, and we're always engaging in that conversation. And I feel like that's more important than anything, like any video that we've ever done. So
For sure, and that kind of goes to your point of you saying how you want that homey vibe. You kind of want your viewers to feel like they're on the couch with you and they can interact with the things that you're saying. And so when you go and you look at the comment section, do you ever respond to your viewers, or how do you interact with your community?
We're heavy in the comments.
The
Heavy. Like every other day we're in the comments. So, and I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to us as well, because even with the streams, we're heavy like in the comment section, replying back. We also kind of have like our Twitter where we go back and forth as well with people. And I think that's what people like really draws to our channel, because they can relate, they feel at home.
yeah, I was just gonna say, we engage with the community as much as possible. Sometimes the comments are like a battlefield, but sometimes they're really loving, and do you know what I'm saying? So it's good to go in there and just talk to other people, and that's why we started the channel, and that's just the most important thing to us.
For sure. So what do your viewers and your subscribers mean to you?
Sam.
yes, I am here.
Sam.
And what do you mean to them?
So there's like viewers, the subscribers, like everyone they mean like the most, because we're just trying to build a community. So
Right.
they just feel like they're a part of like the cyber nerds, like they are just an extension of us three being on the sofa. So without them, there's no us. Without us, there's no them. So again, that's why we're in the comment section, just commenting, like just being a part of the community, building this whole nerdy vibe is like, it's everything.
Sorry?
Yeah, and I was just going to jump on the back of that and say, because it got to one point where people was just like, "Oh, like, I'm your fan, you got all these fans." And it was just like, "No, man, take the N out and replace it with an M, because we don't have fans, we have a fam." You know what I'm saying?
love
So,
that.
yeah, so we always
Aw.
like, "Yo, fam, like, do you see that, fam?" Like, everything is fam. Like, even the American audience now, they're like, "Yo, fam," like, and everybody kind of loves that one word that makes a whole difference.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
you guys can give us an example of a super meaningful interaction that you've had with a fan, either here at VidCon or just in your everyday life.
I think this was maybe a couple weeks ago. Excuse me. Watching a video. I mean, we made a video, and I guess I had a kind of a trying day. I'm gonna flip it, because usually we'll have like we call them TCM fam members, so the Cyber Nerds fam. That's like a subscriber. They usually message and be like, "Oh, you made my day better," blah 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 blah. But this time, I kind of had a trying day, and I guess you could tell in the video my day was rough. I had a rough day. So someone had messaged me and been like, "Joe, look, I just watched the video and I want you to know it's gonna be okay." And I was like, "Wow, this is crazy." And that just done it for me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a pretty happy and motivated person 99% of the time, but like someone just, like, I got caught on a bad day. Do you know what I'm saying? It was raining. I don't know, I forgot my wallet, something like that. And that person just gave me so much energy and brought me back to life, innit? So that, you just don't know whose day you're affecting when you say these things, and I just loved it. So that was a meaningful interaction for me.
I love that, because then it shows that with the sense of community that you guys have built, you're not only inspiring your viewers, but they inspire you as well.
100.
I love that. All right. So let's talk about content strategy. How do you guys decide what you're going to be talking about, what movie trailer you're going to be watching next? Is it just what's hot at the moment, or?
Like, our content, we always make content for stuff that we love. We would never jump on the trailer like just for the sake of the numbers or anything like that. We gotta be passionate about it. Like, even we might not be like 100% with that content today, but say if there was something from the past, like Transformers. We all grew up watching Transformers. So when the movie comes out, we might not be the biggest fans of the movie itself, but we're gonna watch it because it's Transformers.
It's nostalgic.
Right. So so I think that's how we go on about that in terms of trailer reactions, and we also have our shows as well, because with trailers it's like you can't wait for a trailer to come for you to nerd out. Like, we don't want to do that. So we have a couple of shows. So we have a podcast, which is the ones where we go for like 2-3 hours going in at each other. We also have
like roasting each other.
Yeah, like it could. Like,
It turns into that.
I love that.
It turns into a fight club majority of the time. It's like, think of us as three brothers. We get along, but there's going to be a lot of fights because that's how life is, you know. And we agree, we disagree. What other shows do we have?
We got a gaming show where we just talk about games all day, and then what else did you mention? And then we got a Star Wars show where we talk about Star Wars because Star Wars is life. Don't judge me.
Amazing. I was watching your reaction to the Mulan trailer, and that kind of goes back to the nostalgic point that you were saying earlier. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see how these guys react to it, because I know how I reacted. And then it was just hilarious to see what you guys had to say, and I'm super looking forward to seeing it. It's coming out in March, I think, right?
Yeah, I'm a big Disney guy.
Yeah, and you were actually talking about how you wish that they had some more of the Chinese instruments rather than the orchestra.
Because I'm very tapped into the Oriental culture movies as well. Because I grew up watching Bruce Lee movies, so a lot of ninja movies like American Ninja and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll say stuff, one or two people understand exactly what I'm talking about. But
Right.
if you're not tapped into that, just like, what's Raven talking about? It's just China nonsense. But that's how it goes.
Amazing. Cool. Okay, so with being an influencer comes responsibility, like we all know. So how do you deal with the responsibility of being such big influencers?
I don't know. Me as an individual, I just try to live positively anyway, so I don't really see it as a responsibility.
Yeah.
I just doing what I normally do. Do you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? There are sometimes maybe I'm like, raw, Joe, don't tweet that, it's risky. But I feel like that's normal. I feel like if I didn't have, if we didn't have a following on Instagram or YouTube or whatever, I would still think that way about certain things. So I don't see it as a responsibility. I just think it's just a blessing that someone looks at me and thinks, I want to be like Joe, or I want to be like these guys. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's a blessing. So I don't really see it as a responsibility at all.
Right. Do you guys have anything else to say about that?
Yeah, so obviously we all like individuals, so we all
Right.
have like our opinion. But this guy right here, he owns the title for the most disclaimers on the channel.
Yes.
Because his opinions are a bit, I don't know.
Risky.
Yes, that's the word to put it.
Risky
not
or
risky.
risque?
It's not
Both.
risky.
Yes, it's both, yes.
Okay. Interesting. So then how do you keep yourself sane then?
Sane.
Yeah.
I feel like the channel is 100% part of that. Like, you'd think it's like, oh, how do you keep yourself sane from the channel? But the channel keeps us sane from like real life. So it's like every day you go outside, there's a madness happening, but you get to come home or go to the studio, sit down with my two best friends and talk about Spider-Man. That makes me feel better about life, like, it's just generally. So, I mean, the channel keeps us sane. And I feel like it's great because we was always passionate about the stuff we talk about. So when we're making videos, it's not a chore, it's not a drama. Like, we enjoy doing it. And that's why I feel like we've just carried on doing it. Like, if I didn't enjoy this, I won't be able to do it for as long as we've been doing it. So that's me.
Makes sense. And then how about you, Raven?
He's on the ball. Joe's on the ball with this, and I think we go through so much as individuals, as human beings. This is escapism, really. Like, it's an escape room where we just go and we just completely forget about what's going on in the world, the issues that we go through as human beings. So as soon as we come together, even before the camera starts rolling, we're already talking like, oh, this happened and that happened, and or this came out about this movie, about this game, and we're already starting, like, we're already on the roll. We don't have to wait for the camera to turn on for us to start engaging with each other, like, on this platform.
Right. So you're saying you just have the camera. The camera happens to be there because either way, that interaction's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I guess that leads me to my next question then. Is being a YouTube creator, has that had any impact on your everyday life?
I wouldn't say so, no, because
Oh, you wouldn't?
this guy. Like, well, what do you mean? Like, now I'm confused. Now you just, well, how would you do that? What?
I'm just saying, I feel like since we've been on YouTube, Sam's life has changed
Well, I got more sleep.
drastically.
Tell us more.
I can't. I can't do. I'm sorry. I know that's annoying when people do that, but Sam, I feel like maybe you're not telling the full story right here.
I'm still a ghost. Like, am I here right now? Is this happening?
I feel like my life's changed since we
Oh, there you
started
go.
YouTube.
Yeah? Why?
Yeah, I just feel like I've had the opportunity to go to some places that I never would have been. I've met an amazing family at YouTube that are like just great people. And before, like, we did this YouTube thing, I just thought of YouTube as this big company over there that's scary and then whatever. But then once you meet them and you get involved with it, like, they're like a whole nother family that's made us making videos even more of like a good thing for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just meet more people. Like, we come to places like VidCon and we get to meet hundreds of creative people, creators, the people who support the creators. And I'm like, to say like that's not changed my life, that's mad. Like, so that's how I feel, innit? But Sam's always lived this life, panels. and
He's
all
just
that.
chilling. He's just,
Yeah,
he's
I
not
I've always
even
been
here
in
right
the
now.
corner,
He's dreaming.
So it's fine.
I must say, so we won the YouTube Nextup, which was a huge turnaround, because like Joe said before, it was just us and this platform where you just upload videos.
So maybe you can give us a little bit about background of what Nextup is.
So Nextup is a competition where I don't know how many thousands of people, many people applied. And then I think it was about 23 creators that were selected for a whole week at YouTube London Space. And we go through workshops, trying to understand, about branding, about, representing yourself, making sure your channel blossoms the best ways possible. And you have all that stuff, which is nice. But the best thing about that is the people that you meet.
The community.
Like, I kid you not, man. Like, I always say it's so weird because we were doing videos for like 2 years and we never like came across any other creators, right? And maybe that's us because we wasn't like looking for them. But as soon as we was in that space for a whole week, it just changed. Like, our perspective changed in terms of creators, the people that work at YouTube Space, which I freaking love. I really love those guys, man. They're really helpful. Whenever we need something, they just, like a click away, really, So it's a life-changing, really, platform.
It's great how once you meet people who are similar to you in terms of their goals and aspirations, it's like you all of a sudden feel at home, even though they may be completely different to you.
YouTube Space is our second home, really. I'm there. Sometimes I go to, because they do like workshops.
Yeah.
Yoga
And
day.
I'll be going to those workshops like more than once. I was like, Raven, you've done this. Yeah, but guys,
Maybe I missed something.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. And they're like, cool.
For sure. So then who inspires you? Maybe you guys can talk about who your favorite YouTuber is, or just in general what your inspiration is, what keeps you going.
One of my favorite YouTubers is like, it's an American channel called what's it? The Smoes Knows. And then
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. They're huge. And they just I see them as like older versions of us. They're like two guys who sit down and talk about movies all the time. And I just watch them and I always felt like I was in the room, part of them, arguing with them, even when I wasn't. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just love that. Do you know what I'm saying? And I love that YouTube connects people all over the world in that way. So they're some of my favorite creators. They really inspire me because they're just production level and the kind of stuff they produce, the shows they produce. They've produced so much stuff and made like so much from it that it's just inspiring to me. And I feel like we need to just work hard every day to just try and get closer, not even closer to them, but better at what we're doing. So I thought they were sick.
For sure.
So can I get one more in?
Yeah.
Mel Tom is also one of my favorite YouTubers.
Shout
we
out.
met Mel Tom at the YouTube Nextup contest, and he's the funniest YouTuber alive. Like, he's the realest YouTuber. Check his channel out. Mel, M-E-L, Tom, T-O-M.
Love it.
I'll say who inspires me on YouTube is, I don't know if you heard of them. Yeah. Jai Can Win and a guy called Geek Sensei. Yeah, you should check out.
Really gonna say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he's just rapping. I think he's
yeah.
just rapping. He's just trying to get some points on us today.
He rolled with that nicely, you know.
He's like, I gotta
That
jump
was
on
a
the
good one. That was a
bandwagon
good
of
one.
giving my friends shout outs.
Yeah, you go like check out their channels. Like they're very hardworking, very grounded people. Like like seeing their work ethic makes me want to sleep less. You know?
Right.
No?
Has that changed? Are your sleeping hours? Is it less or more now?
They've changed a lot. In fact, they've kind of moved.
They moved.
Yeah,
Your
they
sleeping
moved,
hours
like
moved.
3 a.m. to like 9 a.m.
So this is the inside joke,
Yeah, it's
guys.
kinda mad.
Sam is known as Sleeping Beauty.
Because he sleeps about 16 hours a day.
Yes.
Like, if you don't see him in a video, I guarantee he's in
He's
bed.
sleeping.
He's in bed. It's the
Right.
truth. It is
Yeah.
the truth.
Nah, it's out there. Fine, thanks. Cheers.
And then Raven, who inspires you?
I don't know, man. I mean, I watch the Schmoes, Mel Tom. There is these two YouTubers I've recently came across, Chunks and Philly,
They bang. Chunks bangs.
and they are so funny. I love their energy, and that just reminds me of us because they're just being themselves. And I know sometimes some people watch our videos reacting. It's like, that can't be real. You guys are faking it. And I'm just like, I get those guys because their energy is same as us, and we're just being passionate. We're just being 5-year-olds again. And I feel like Philly and Chunks are like that. So shout out to Philly and Chunks. V as well. I love V. I love her content. For those who don't know V, she does a lot of stuff. She helps people out with studies. So I used to teach as well. So
Oh, really?
yeah. So I quit to do YouTube. But yeah. So whenever you see people that adds value to other people's lives, it's very inspiring.
That's great. So then you said that you were a teacher before you started doing YouTube, or that you taught. If you guys weren't making videos, what would you be doing?
Sleeping.
But you're still sleeping though, so how does that work?
I mean, I think I'd still be doing what I do now. When I'm not playing basketball, I'm a professional athlete. I play basketball for the London Lions. So I'd be doing that. When I'm not in videos, I'm at training, running and jumping and getting buckets. So I think I'd do that.
Nice. So, sorry?
I was going to say I was in IT before, so
Oh, right.
yeah, just in the background.
Very cool. So what's next for you guys?
VidCon LA.
VidCon LA?
Yeah.
VidCon LA.
Can we make that happen?
Pressure.
Right now we're going through a massive transition. We've decided to take some time off as we're creating. So we used to shoot from a living room space.
Yeah.
And since we've hit 100K, we decided to turn into a proper studio. So shout out to YouTube London Space for helping us out with that. And I think that's going to make a huge impact on us in terms of doing our shows, in terms of collaborating with other companies.
Consistency, that's what I was going to say as well.
Yeah, that's a major thing as well, consistency.
That I feel like one of our other goals is, like we said, is we want to do more with our community. So this year we're going to have like meetups, try to go to other cons outside of London and meet more of our fans and supporters and TCM fam. So just community goals and channel goals, stuff like that,
Super cool. So maybe we can end off on a sweet note. What's your number one piece of advice for a creator that's just starting off on YouTube?
Don't look at your view count. Make content that makes you happy as an individual, and work hard. They're my 3 tips. There you go.
I say it was one for each, but I
Was
guess
it one
you
for each?
You just
just
told
took
them
all
all.
3.
I'm speaking for my guys. I talk a lot on the channel. Like, if you watch a video, you'll realize this. But yeah,
Go on.
I was going to say, just enjoy what you do. So if you talk about, I don't know, gaming, do that. If you're into fitness, do that. If you just want to talk, just talk. Just enjoy what you do.
Just have a reason why you want to be on the platform. I think it's so important for you to know why you're doing this, because once you're part of YouTube, it's a huge responsibility. So and yeah, man, just enjoy the process. I think because of numbers and everything that's going on, everybody wants to blow up so quick. I know it's tough, but if it wasn't tough, everybody would be able to do it, right? So enjoy the process and know your reasons why you want to be part of this platform.
All right, I love that. Thank you guys for joining us, and can we get a round of applause for Cyber Nerds?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Give Ronnie a round of applause. She's great too.